Today we're going to be looking at this more than fantastic Ford GT, the 2005 edition. We'll be having a look at the actual car, or cars themselves, and then we'll have a look at this fantastic livery on this car, and we'll check out some of the decals. And I now have decent mugs available if anyone's interested.
It's showtime.
Okay, so let's have a look at the box. Of course, it's the new style. Bryan from Pro Tinker Toys is bringing this this style back, so you could take them out and you could put them back if you'd like. This is CP7912. Bottom. Ooh. Yeah, it tells a little bit about the extraction. Keep your extraction. Oh, this is the extraction pit kits. And of course, I do have at least one of those at all times. Okay, so let's get into this. Fantastic. Once again, a nice little cardboard setup if that's how you're choosing to display it. Absolutely fantastic. Firestone on the tires. The decals are spot on. Alright, so it's just held on here, the chassis, with these twist ties. They're lightly plastic coated, I guess. Vinyl coated. To the side. Sometimes you can slide them out without having to take the shell off the car. Woo! First accident, we're not even on the track yet. Have it. Wow, that is really nice. Flag. Absolutely fantastic. And of course it is sitting on the extraction chassis. Ta-da! Clean and new. So let's have a look at this fantastic looking car. We'll start with the chassis. We'll talk about the chassis a little bit and how to get it ready for the track. And then, yes, indeed, we will take a much closer look at this shell. let's get going. Okay, so here we are. It's your standard extraction chassis. We will be doing cleanup on this as usual, of course. We got that gummed up goo they put on here. I really wish they would just leave them dry and just tell people to dab a little dab of oil right there and right there, right there. And if that's all they did, they would have functionally running cars. All right, so having a look at the bottom, these clips right here, sometimes they're crooked. And if they're leaning inwards, you can see this one's slightly leaning outwards like this. I'm doing an exaggeration, of course. If you look at it, it's leaning upwards. So what I might want to do, when I run it on the track, I'll see how it sits on the rail. And it looks like this one's leaning outwards too. Now the problem may be if they're leaning inwards, sometimes they're too narrow and they slip off the rail. So I do have my shoe checking device with me, and we'll have a look and see what it looks like. And then of course, you'd put a little dab right there. Little goes a long way, people. Do not spill it into the commentator area. Okay, so once again, all I've done here is I've just cut a little bigger than a 1-inch slot in the rail, from rail to rail, not through the rail, just up to it. This is what it looks like from the back. Now remember, you always want to use the same piece of track that your race track is actually made out of. That way you'll have proper rail height for all the different tracks. They're all at different heights. Very minutely, but it makes a difference. Okay, so you can see there's the rail right there. I've just cut the plastic away right up to the rail. All right, enough talking about this. Let's get back to the car. Okay, as we look down the rail, we can see both the shoes are indeed right in the middle of the rail this time. So we won't have to make any adjustments there. Let's have a look at the underside and see how the shoes are sitting on the track itself. That one seems to be okay. And so is this one. You can see, oops, wrong end. Right here along this, how it's sitting flush. That's what you want. Because the more metal on the rail, the more electricity to the motor, and the faster the car goes. Okay, there you have it, sitting nice and flush. This car's ready for the track. At least the chassis is. Okay, now the moment we've all come here for. Nobody came to see the extraction chassis. At least I hope not. Here we go. Let's have a look at this fantastic Ford GT. This was made in 2005. This livery is absolutely fantastic. Let's have a look. Wow. Such good detail on this one. Oh yes. Yep. Looks like the real car. I've taken some pictures of the actual car, and we'll be putting them in the video, so you could actually see just how incredibly close the livery is on this car. Fantastic. Of course, it's a Ford Performance product. The officially licensed NASCAR pit crew shirt that I wear is a Ford Performance product as well. And oh, look at this. It's got a pocket. It could have a flamethrower chassis in it. Huh. You could burn a hole through this car too. Not. Let's put it on the dyno. Okay, so here we are at the dyno. Keeping in mind, benchmark for extraction chassis made by AutoWorld are about 300. I find their tolerances are extremely loose, so they don't run as well as the AFX style extraction chassis. So let's see if we can get her up to 300. She's been oiled. Sorry guys, gotta find the right placement for it. Well, there we have it once again. At least the AutoWorld extraction chassis are consistent. They are a decent hobby chassis. As long as they're running 300, they're running correctly in my mind. Let's go to the track. All right, so let's run a few laps, see how she burns. Here we are, the Ford GT. This is the 2005 edition. This is the Gulf livery. It looks absolutely fantastic. Let's see how she drives. Oh, so nice. Whoa, so fast. Really nice looking car. Responds really well to the turbo, meaning it's getting nice power. The shoes are sitting flush on the rails. I've showed you how to adjust them for your maximum performance. The track is closed today for testing. That's why the lights are not on. Only the Tinker Pit crew is out today. So while I'm driving this fantastic car around the track, I just want to take a moment to let you guys know that Thursday night is race night, and an hour before race night, which starts at 7 p.m., so at 6 p.m., there's an auction of classic AFX and other cars. They're absolutely fantastic. For example, has anybody seen these cars before? These cars are in absolutely fantastic condition. I would have to say good, maybe even excellent. The chassis are the AFX. They are original. Very little scratches These are just two examples of the cars that are being auctioned off an hour before race night at protinkertoys.com. That's protinkertoys.com. Of course, keeping in mind, that is where this current exclusive that we're talking about today has come from. Okay, so let's get back to the racing. While I'm racing around, I just want to take a moment to thank Bryan and Ryan Young at protinkertoys.com, and we can't forget Timbo, for bringing us these fantastic releases. Without Bryan and Ryan, I think we would be totally stuck in the old ages of ordering basic cars that have been produced for years and years and years and years. It gets old really fast. I really like how these new cars look. The Petty car, absolutely fantastic. Delivery on this car blows me away. Both of these cars. These cars look fantastic. Put a few more laps. Whoa! I'm gonna have to wipe the tires. I just use of course it's a lint brush. And to clean the track, I use one of these. It's supposed to have soap in it, but I don't put soap in it because I don't like to lean over so far. So I can get every rail individually with this, and then I just give it an isopropanol wipe down. We're good to go. So now that the tires have been wiped, let's see. Yeah, she flies nice. Woo! Thanks for joining me today at Slot Valley Racing. For those who don't know, my name is Dan. If this video hasn't been educational, I sure as heck hope it was at least entertaining. Today we looked at the world exclusive release. This is the Ford GT. It's the 2005 livery, the Golf, and it is almost spot on to the real thing. This car was amazing. It drove really nice. And yeah, don't forget, if you'd like, you can put a flamethrower chassis on it. Anyways, it's a really nice car to drive. Don't forget to check out the other protinkertoys.com exclusives. There are many of them. I will be reviewing most of them. But for now, from all of us here at Slot Valley Racing, don't forget, get your heart racing.